What's up, SnEaKyNation? SnEaKy P here, back with all the news after Week 15 in year number 3 of our 49ers franchise, where the 49ers picked up a victory over the Raiders to improve to 12-2 on the season. Next up is the 6-8 Cardinals, but first let's take a look at some highlights from Week 15. Dimitri Todman stretching out for the ball. That would set up this Joel Edison field goal. The 49ers would go on top early, 3-0 in this one. The Raiders, though, going to give the ball back to the 49ers here, and it is Kirkland Marion from 36 yards out. 49ers on top 10-0 early on. A lot of shorter plays in this outside of a few big ones. First down and 10 on the right side. Kirkland Marion with the reception as the 49ers trying to strike again, settling for a field goal here, but that would give them a 13-0 lead. And then they get the ball back. Kirkland Marion, 66-yard run. He had an outstanding first half. The 49ers would go on top 20-0 early in this one. Their defense just playing outstanding against the Raiders. The Raiders, though, would answer here. Latavius Murray down the left side. That was the very first play on the next drive. Then on 3rd down and 8, Marcel Reese will take it down, but as time expires, the Raiders have to settle for a field goal. We would go into halftime. 20-3 would be the score. The Raiders would get the ball first in the second half. Murray with a nice truck setting up another field goal by Barth here. 20-6 would be the score, so the Raiders not out of it yet. Little play action now. Kessler on the right side. It's David Amerson coming back for the ball, stretching out and getting the interception. That would set the Raiders up with good field position. They couldn't move a whole lot, and Barth is going to miss this one wide left. That would set up the 49ers with good field position. They would not do anything with it, but Jimmy Ward would get them the ball back anyway with the interception at midfield there, and another field goal. This one's going to be wide right this time by Joel Edison. Both kickers missing one here. And then again, it's the Raiders with good field position. Carr looking to capitalize here, but he panics, throws it, and it is intercepted by Demetrius McCray to the 44-yard line. However, we have a game of interceptions going on here in the second half. On the left side, it's swatted away, and Nick Agnew, the second-year pro, will get the interception for the Raiders defense, and that would be 3rd and inches here. Washington spinning away from DeMarcus Avery. Then on 1st down and 10, a screenplay. It's another interception. Aaron Lynch would take this one to the house, and the 49ers would go on top by 21. The Raiders not out of it yet, but they have an uphill battle. This is going to be Woods on 2nd down and 17, picking up the first. Then on 2nd down and 4, Carr looking to throw it again on the left side, dumping it off to Woods, who will take it all the way down to the 18-yard line, and then Woods into the end zone. Touchdown for the Raiders, their first touchdown of the game with 2 minutes to go. The onside kick is recovered by Essex, but he fumbles the ball. There is a struggle in the pile for it, and eventually Selleck will pick it up for the 49ers. At that point, they will take a few, well, they run it. We pick up some first downs, take some knees, and that would be the game. Next up, the 6-8 Arizona Cardinals here, but this is still a very good team. We know how good their defense is, how much they can make some plays, and it's a team we are worried about. You know, any of these division games, you just never really know what's going to happen with them, so we certainly got to prepare. Going to do some running drills today, and we'll see how the 49ers do here. Again, we're not going to have any press questions. The commentary is really dialed down a whole lot since I made my announcement. There's still a decent number of views, but, you know, I'm not getting the same amount of comments, which is fine. It's to be expected. I knew I would have some kind of fallout from uploading less, and that's just part of it. So it is what it is. But anyway, we still got this franchise going, and we will keep it going as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the scores from around the NFL. The playoffs are right around the corner, so a lot of division battles going on for those last few spots, as well as wild card spots, which the NFC East might have, or the NFC West might have a team. We'll take a look at that. 28-17, the Ravens get their second victory of the season. They are now 2-12 on the year. The Jags, this is a big upset. The Jags fall to 10-4. So you just had a 10-3 team lose to a 1-12 team. Not something you see a whole lot of. Both of these teams were 10-5 or 5-10-1 last season. So you see the Jags really turned their franchise around. Meanwhile, the Ravens not looking as good from a previous already bad team. Just not happening for them right now. Interceptions, Jalen Ramsey is consistently getting some interceptions, continuing to make some plays here. Fumbles forced, you're going to have Akeem Spence recover one. 31-14, the Bills with a victory over the Dolphins, and this is a big win for the Bills and big for the 49ers as well. The Bills now 9-5, the Dolphins now 11-3, which means the 49ers officially hold on to the best record in the NFL right now. Will that stay? I don't know. We still got 2 weeks to go here. And again, this is the 49ers team with absolutely no playoff experience, which tends to hurt teams. So we'll have to see how they live up to it in the postseason. But right now, 49ers are looking pretty good. The second half of our season's been pretty easy as well. 38-35, the Browns with a victory over the Bengals. The Browns now 6-8 on the year. And Houston Church, 415 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception on the day. The Bengals falling to 8-6 on the season. They went 8-8 last year. So, you know, doing a little bit better if they can pick up a win in one of these next 2 weeks for sure. But this is a team that just won the Super Bowl 2 seasons ago. So to see them struggling even now is a bit shocking. SnEaKy Johnstone continues to make some plays for him, the rookie as well. 34-28, the Titans with a victory over the Colts. The Titans now 8-6 on the season. The Colts are now at 7-7 after going 2-14 last year. And a lot of that has to do with their number 1 pick, Enrique Milburn. The former Heisman winner has been playing outstanding for the Colts lately, definitely helping out their defense. Andrew Luck has been battling injuries still, but still a good player. But look at this, Enrique Milburn, 11 tackles to go with the sack. He's just been playing very well lately. Eric Reed, the former 49er, with an interception there. And then no fumbles forced. 28-21, the Cowboys with a victory over the Eagles. The Cowboys now 5-8-1 on the season. The Eagles now at 6-8. This division just struggling at the moment. No team really running away with it. If anybody, I would say maybe the Giants have the lead. I don't think anybody's going to catch the Giants, but even they don't have the best record at the moment. Sean Lee with 9 tackles, 1.5 sacks by Gregory, interceptions, 1 by Jordan Hicks, fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. We are going to have 1 by Sean Lee there. 31-17, the Vikings with a victory over the aforementioned Giants. The Vikings now at 8-6, the Giants now at 8-6. So, again, the Giants, pretty decent-sized lead over everybody else in that division right now. Looks like they are probably going to win it. And I don't think any of the other NFC East teams are going to be getting a wild card spot. So we'll have to pay attention to some of the other divisions for that. Interceptions, we have got 1 by Harrison Smith here. And then fumbles forced and fumbles recovered, 1 by Jason Pierre-Paul. 45-13, a blowout victory for the Atlanta Falcons here. Falcons now 5-9 on the season. The Buccaneers now at 6-8. So this is, again, another division that's really not looking all that well. The Saints, you know, after losing Drew Brees, they've been struggling. The Panthers probably right now, I would say, in the lead for this division, but once again, we're looking at another situation where none of these teams have a great record. We might be looking at another team or another situation where none of these guys get into the wild card outside of whoever wins that division. 55-52, a shootout here in Pittsburgh, and look at this. Philip Rollins, the rookie quarterback, 555 yards, 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception, an outstanding game by Rollins, who has been filling in for the injury to Roethlisberger there. Look at this. Antonio Brown, 3 touchdowns. Bryant with 2, 228 yards there. DeAndre Hopkins with 2. You see Logan Roan, the tight end, with 2 as well. Ladarius Green had over 100 yards. Just a monster game for both of these offenses here. Really not much going on defensively, apparently. Sacks, we are going to have 1.5 by Copels and Clowney. Interceptions, Micah Hyde and Sean Davis there. And then fumbles forced and fumbles recovered, nothing going on. 28-7, the Seahawks with a victory over the Cardinals. The Seahawks now 9-5 on the season. The Cardinals now at 6-8. So we talked about the wild card for the NFC, and I think it's safe to say the Seahawks are likely to be one of those teams. I think the other team is probably coming from the NFC North. But the Seahawks doing an outstanding job right now with that 9-5 record. Obviously, the 49ers sitting at 12-2, likely to win the division. Actually, I think we have guaranteed the division already. So, Yeah, Seahawks fighting for a wild card spot. It looks like they will probably get it. 31-24, the Chiefs with a victory over the Chargers. The Chiefs now 10-4 on the season. The Chargers down at 4-10. But despite the Chiefs being 10-4, they are fighting for a wild card spot. Although the Broncos have not won the division yet, they are definitely still in the lead. So another interesting playoff situation taking place there, and something we will have to follow over these last few weeks. Defensively, Perryman going to lead the way in tackles, 2.5 sacks by Allen Bailey on the day. Interceptions, we are going to have one by Ron Parker. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered here. Nothing going on. 24-21, the Saints with a victory over the Panthers. The Saints now 5-8-1. The Panthers hold on to that division lead, but they are only 7-7 right now. The Buccaneers right behind them with a 6-8 record. The Falcons at 5-9. If they can get 2 wins, the Panthers get 2 losses. They're still in it as well. You just don't know. But a division that has been greatly struggling. Of course, last time we saw this division struggle, you saw the Panthers come out of nowhere, the Falcons come out of nowhere. So even though they're struggling now, 2 years from now, you might be seeing another Super Bowl contender. Fumbles forced. Nothing going on there. 35-16, the Lions with a victory over the Bears. The Lions now at 9-5 on the season. The Bears are now at 8-6. So the Lions currently leading this division right now. It'll be interesting to see if they hold on, because the Vikings are 8-6, the Bears are 8-6, and the Packers are 7-7. So it's really still anybody's game right now. And you know the Seahawks got to watch out, because with all these teams doing well, it could be that the NFC North is represented by 2 teams in the wild card. So the Seahawks have not guaranteed it yet, but they are still in it with that 9-5 record at the moment. We'll have to see how that plays out. 27-16, the Broncos with a victory over the Patriots. The Broncos now 11-3 on the year, and again, with a better record than the 10-4 Chiefs right now. The Patriots at 7-7 after going 11-5 last year, really taking a step back. If anything, you would have thought that step would have been taken back after Tom Brady retired, but they did well last year too. This year, it's just not working out for them. Still 7-7, not the worst record, but doesn't look like they are going to be getting a wild card spot unless maybe they win these last 2 weeks. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. But right now, not where they expect to be at all. Fumbles forced, Lenny Diggs forcing and recovering one. 31-20, the Redskins with a victory over the Rams. The Redskins now 5-7-2 on the season. The Rams now at 4-10. Remember, the Rams went 9-7 last year. They definitely looked like a team on the rise. I don't know what happened for them to be 4-10 right now, but it is not going their way. Tavon Austin did have 118 yards in the loss, though. But it's just not happening for them. Again, just a Jekyll and Hyde situation almost. Clifton Way leading the way with 11 tackles. Sacks, you got 1.5 by Baker, 1 by Quinn. Interceptions, 1 by Cravens. And then fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. 2 by Ishmael, he would recover 1. And then last but not least, you got the Packers taking down the Jets. The Packers are now 7-7 on the year. The Jets now 0-14. Aaron Rodgers, a great game. 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for him. He has somewhat struggled this year, but towards the end of the season, he's been picking it up a little bit. So another guy, you know, we got to keep an eye on this, because we still have a game against the Packers coming up. And if they're starting to get their situation fixed, it could be a very tough situation, especially with that division still being close. You know, they're definitely going to be playing all out. So the 49ers cannot get comfortable at all here. Burnett and Clinton Dix with the interceptions. Fumbles, we are going to have 1 by Calvin Pryor. He would recover it. Aaron Rodgers, player of the week for the NFC. 32 of 46, 291 yards, 5 passing touchdowns. Jason Pierre-Paul, 10 tackles, a sack, a fumble forced, fumble recovered. Jalen Ramsey, 11 tackles and an interception. And then Philip Rollins, the rookie, 35 of 54, 555 yards, 5 passing touchdowns, and an interception for him. As we get to scouting, looking at a few cornerbacks here, we'll also look at middle linebackers. I don't think I actually fully scouted any of the middle linebackers. Some of the corners I'm looking at here, I'm not liking their third trade at all, but they're still interesting. I mean, 6'2", 22 years old, got some potential, but their third trade on nearly all of them just really letting me down at the moment. But that is going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please hit that like button if you did, and I will see you guys in Week 16 as we take on the Arizona Cardinals. Later.